Back to Sanchez. Julian will play it over to Patching. Garibay gets a foot in there. Contact. 50-50 ball taken by Cruz. Brandon to the middle of the field towards Malunet. Malunet and Sanchez collide. Long run coming by Alfaro. Alfaro makes a big run, and that ball gets pushed out of bounds by David Van Vleck. So Brandon Alfaro, the junior forward, showing some speed. Ball over the top towards Alfaro, cut off by Wood. Wood slips. Ping-ponging through is Alfaro. Alfaro with a low shot that'll be scooped up by Contreras. Alfaro did get through there, but didn't get a good shot on goal. Ball will be played back to Isordia. Isordia is the easiest person to see out there because he has a bright orange hoodie under his jersey. Ball to the far side to Darland. Darland dispossessed. Back to Berrigan to Cruz. Cruz will play it back to Dawson Hall. Hall, long play to the middle of the field over the head of Malunet. Patching will settle the ball, plays it back to Hall. Touch pass forward to Garibay. Garibay to the far sideline to Berrigan. Gustavo back to Garibay, and he'll get it right back. Patching over the top. Trying to get it to Gustavo, but Terwillinger will get there. Brady. Gustavo will pick the pocket of Oliveras. Rogelio too long on his play, and then Gustavo takes his eye off the ball and pushes it out of bounds.
And you can already see some of the players for White Salmon starting to put some pressure on Gustavo because they know what he's able to do. Last time United faced White Salmon, that's when Gustavo got hurt. So, you know, that's a big weapon that United gets back today against them. And if they're able to utilize him, it's going to be a big benefit for United.
Malunet plays one through, trying to run it back down. It'll go back to Garibay. Garibay took a deflection off a defender, and that ball will stay up in the air, bouncing around on the back line. Corner coming for United. First corner of the match for either side. Going over to take the corner will be Malunet. Throws the hand up, low line drive towards the near post, pushed straight up into the air by the Bruins. Malunet lines this one up. It'll go right into the hands of Federico Borgonovo. And Federico will get on that one. Good drop kick by Federico. Long throw in. Bo Modric will play it back to Isordia. Isordia, long play. Cruz will knock it out of the air. Van Vleck up to Garibay. Isaac through traffic will play it back to Dawson Hall. At midfield, Modric. Back towards Van Vleck. Back it goes to Modric. Bo towards Terwillinger. Cut off into the air. And that ball will go back to Contreras. Quick scoop for Allen. Wanted to go faster, nobody moving. So he'll slow things down, bring it in. Drop kick towards Malunet. Cut off, and that'll go to Romero Martinez on the back line. Cut off by Malunet. Trying to play it down the far sideline towards Berrigan. And that gets sent out of play by Rogelio Oliveras. Brandon Cruz will run up to throw the ball in. On the far sideline. Cruz collects. He'll go back to Patching. Patching trying to go over the top to Malunet. It'll go back to Cruz. Takes a deflection. Ball in the middle of the field. Wood trying to run onto it. Wood will play it back to David Van Vleck. Back to Garibay. Garibay, middle of the field to Patching. Through to Malunet. Cut off by Terwillinger. there's a free kick for the Bruins. Sordia will run up to take it. Caesar. Long play. Cut off by Wood. Kept alive by Van Vleck. And that's Jonathan Van Vleck, and then he gets leveled coming back into the field to play. Cruz gets it over to Bergan. Back to the far sideline to Darland. Darland, long pass cut off by David Van Vleck. Sanchez to Malunet. Back to Nicholas Patching. Long pass down the far sideline, trying to lead Gustavo. Too short, cut off by the back line. Patching will play it all the way back to Dawson Hall. Hall to Garibay. Back to Patching. Patching will play it off of Trillinger and out of play. Throw in coming for United. We are in the 8th minute. No score, United. And White Salmon. Ball in the middle of the field to Trillinger. Cut off by Garibay. Numbers forward. Sanchez to Malunet, trying to switch sides towards Gustavo, but that'll go right back to Sanchez. Long pass towards the far sideline. Bergan will keep it in play. Gustavo down the goal line, and he'll knock it off of a defender. Corner coming for United.
And that's how you're noticing that Gustavo Bergan is actually getting 100%. He's been struggling. He's not been 100%, but, you know, doing this type of plays where he dribbles around defenders inside the box shows you that he's getting better.
Yeah, it shows that he's getting better, but I like him playing as a flanker and not as a center forward striker with that injury. It allows him to create on the sidelines.
Yeah, and he's also a very fast player. Even when he's injured right now, that he's not totally 100%, he's able to control his pace. He knows his limits, and he's not going to push himself to a limit that he knows that he can get re-injured or anything like that. One of the things with him is that he's very consistent with what he does, and he's actually a very good player even when he's not 100%.
Alfaro runs down a long pass. It gets floated into the top of the box. Patching trying to run onto it. Contreras will scoop up the header sent by Adrian Hernandez Sanchez. Up the field, taken right back by the Bruins. Garibay takes a shove. Wood will play back to the ball, trying to get around the defender. Modric comes onto it, centers it, but that ball will be deflected. Patching plays it out quickly to Bergan. Gustavo gets a step over, and now he'll play it back to Patching. Patching to Garibay. Isaac, good play behind. Gets it to Gustavo, and he'll get taken down. That was more player than ball. No call, though. Ball sent to the middle of the field to Alfaro. Taken right back by Patching. Hesitation in the middle of the field. Gets it up. Malunet couldn't settle the pass. And Romero Martinez destroys that. Van Vleck keeps it alive and then taps it out of bounds. Throw in coming. Modric will throw it in.
One of the things that comes with being a very good team in this league is that when you come and other teams come and visit you, they're going to be a bit extra physical with you, and they're also going to pressure a bit more than they usually do. This is a very good White Salmon team that's starting to show the real White Salmon, the way they like to play, putting pressure on their forwards and getting the pace of this game under control. They want to dictate how this game is going to be played, and as of right now, United needs to find an answer so they can get the ball moving.
Alfaro moving at will up and down the field. He took a cross there that Contreras came and smothered, but he's been able to run behind this back line of United early on. Throw in coming. As Sordio will throw it in. No, it'll be Bo Modric going to throw in. Back to Sordia. He'll play it to the middle of the field, but Terwillinger will have to make some effort to get back to it. It was too far behind him and a little hard of a pass for him to settle. Barragon in the middle of the field, trying to run by defenders. Barragon will come back to it. Barragon has Malunet forward. Malunet was turned. Wanted the play earlier. That got scooped up by Borganovich. Ball back up the field to Barragon. Barragon trying to get around is Sordia. Truillinger to the far sideline. Up it goes to Oliveras. And as Oliveras moves up the field, and Isordia moves to the opposite side. Throw in for the Bruins. Long throw in over the head of Alfaro, and he'll get another cross into the box. Up top it goes. Contreras able to pick it up. Didn't get a hard shot. Was Eric Ramirez. Contreras able to scoop it on that slow roller.
And right now, one of the things that White Salmon is doing, they're pretty much playing United's type of soccer game. United really likes to go down the line and get a cross in just like that, like a cutback and finish it. Unfortunately for White Salmon right now, they've done that a couple times. They had somebody there, but no one has been able to put a boot on it.
Hall comes sliding in and knocks the ball away from Rogelio Oliveras, who him moving up has really changed the pace of this game. Ball behind everybody. Contreras will come back to scoop it up. Lots of danger on the back line. A lot of mishandled balls. Now it is the Bruins really working the ball forward. There's a mishandling. Jonathan Van Vleck. Ball will go off of his hand, but it'll go off of White Salmon. White Salmon is wanting a handball. No call on it. Should have probably been, but United will take it. Short throw into Garibay. Fake. Gets it to Malunet. Took too long to play it up. And that'll be cut off by Oliveras. He'll go behind his back, but Patching will cut him off. And back to the back line of the Bruins. Hall sends it to the middle of the field. Truillinger turns and plays it out of the air. Back to Oliveras. Patching will let it go out. Quick throw to Barragon. Gustavo and Isordia gets there. Good slide by Cesar Isordia. Patching will throw in. Goes to the middle of the field to Malunet, looking for the shot, no good. Van Vleck trying to track back to it, cut off, and sending it up the field was Darland. Van Vleck cut off by Alfaro. Alfaro to the middle of the field to Truillinger. Brady trying to get around Garibay. Long pass up the field. Cruz trying to run it down. Cruz will get there. Bumped off the ball. And there will be a bump back. Free kick coming for Columbia. Truillinger puts it up top, and that one, nobody in the area trying to one-touch it in was Ramirez. Cruz streaking down the far sideline. Brandon Cruz. Ball stays in play. Malunet flicks it forward towards Barragon. Barragon to Sanchez. Julian turns, has room to work, gets it towards Malunet, cleared out by Isordia. Alfaro in the middle of the field, 1-on-3, taken by Patching. Patching up to Van Vleck. Van Vleck through towards Sanchez, cut off. Back to Truillinger in the middle of the field. To Oliveras, Rogelio. Sends it forward to Hernandez Sanchez. Hernandez Sanchez tries to tap it to himself, and Contreras will come out and scoop the ball. Strong decision by Contreras. Now you're not trying to lead Barragon. Cut off by Isordia. Back to Oliveras, cut off by David Van Vleck. Now you're not flicks it to the side towards Garibay. Garibay able to get a foot on it to stop the forward, but it'll go back up to Alfaro. And Alfaro will take a deep shot, and Contreras will catch that. Brandon Alfaro shooting from distance, testing this keeper. Ball up in the air. Garibay with it. Garibay. Back to Van Vleck. To Patching. Patching. Plays it to the sideline to Cruz. Cruz able to run it down. Puts on a burst of speed. But his pass